This word freedom, it comes with responsibility. We must
Definitely.
strive to protect and uphold the freedoms that we enjoy today. This freedom we are all enjoying as citizens of Liberia. We have to strive and uphold and protect the freedom that we have today. This word freedom, it comes with responsibility. We must
Definitely.
strive to protect and uphold the freedoms that we enjoy today. This freedom we are all enjoying as citizens of Liberia. We have to strive and uphold and protect the freedom that we have today. This word freedom, it comes with responsibility. We must
Definitely.
strive to protect and uphold the freedoms that we enjoy today. This freedom we are all enjoying as citizens of Liberia. We have to strive and uphold and protect the freedom that we have today.
Hello? Okay. Hello?
Jesse, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting into it.
Okay. How are you doing today, man?
I'm fine, you?
Yeah, I'm also good. I'm also good.
I'm getting into it.
Compliment of the season.
And you have a weekend?
Yes, all right. That's good. So, I mean, if you don't mind, just tell me how your Christmas there, fire, let's hear, how to say it. Like, how did you spend your day?
Uh, okay. I think my name is already showing the dashboard, but again, I'm Jesse Jones, and I celebrated my Christmas very well because normally I love my home, and my house is my comfort zone, so it was all spent at home from the day to the night up to the next day. So the only thing I think I did extra was what was the extra thing I did? Okay, to listen to music that I usually don't do. So I think that my day was awesome and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, for me, I mean, I think I had class that day because, yeah, but overall, it was just good. It was good. Well, as you know, Christmas is just about love, sharing love to whoever wants to share love to. So, by the way of introduction, I'm Andy K. Roberts, and you're with me at one of the penalties. We have, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, I'm Jesse Helvin Jones. Uh, I'm Jesse Infadis. Also, let's be Infadis on the show tonight.
No, not in party, let me tell you.
So please come up.
Yeah.
position, though, let me know right now.
What? I mean,
I would like
we
to know
hope
my
to have
position.
you on this platform, if not all of the time. We can say, I mean, most of the time, because we need like-minded individual like you to share your own experience, your own thoughts on whatever discussion we will be
Okay,
having every day. So I
so
mean,
I
we
will take
need you.
myself as co-host tonight.
Say,
I will take myself as co-host tonight.
yeah, there's no problem. Let's call you the co-host for tonight. Welcome, Mr. Co-host. Yeah. So as you know, the topic for tonight is self-discovery.
Yeah.
Wow, what what a brilliant topic, because this topic is way open. Because everybody, maybe you are watching from your bed or from a car, wherever you're watching from. I mean, this topic is so important. Like it plays a very important role in everybody's life. So if we are to discover who we really are, maybe this video is for you. Yeah. So before we go, I mean, when we talk about self discovery, what does that really mean? Just see if I may ask, because I know somebody will say self discovery is just knowing the person you are for this particular day or something like that. So when we talk about self discovery, what do we mean by that?
Oh, so basically, like you just stated earlier, self-discovery is all about knowing about yourself, but it's not particularly about yourself. It's about knowing about your past. It's about knowing the people that come around you, how they interact, and how to cope with the society as well. Because understanding the world about self-discovery is basically about yourself. Because the world online is yourself. So it's all about discovering the things that is around you, basically. So if you say self-discovery, it's you yourself understanding the things that is around you and understanding your past as well. So self-discovery is all about your past and about the people that comes around you, about your life movement, and what you understand about yourself. So am I
That's
clear?
right. That's right. That's right. Because I believe when we talk about self discovery, we talk about knowing who you are, like knowing your boundaries and what you ought to do, what you're not supposed to do, what makes you happy, what will make you happy, and what are things that you hope to achieve. I mean, these are the kind of things that we should be talking about when we talk about self discovery. And as we're about to end the year of 2023, I mean, I hope that we start the year, a brand new year, knowing who we really are, because it plays a very important role. Because if you don't know who you are from the beginning of a year, and I mean, it wouldn't start at a very good point, because we all know from the very beginning, that's the time we ought to know the difference between good and bad. So at the very beginning stage, if you don't know who you are, then I mean, going at the end, you wouldn't really know who you are. So it's important that we know who we really are and discover ourselves and discover our inner potential. Because if you really know who you are, you discover what you worth, what are the boundaries, and what are the things that you do, or what are the things that you like. So for today, we have few questions, that highlighted on self-discovery, because it's important as we discuss self-discovery. These are the topic, or these are the questions that everybody asks, you know, ourselves, or everybody asks themselves, like, who am I? So the first question is, what is self-awareness? Because before before you discover yourself, firstly, you have to be aware of who you are. So when we talk about self-awareness, what do we mean? Let me hear your own point of view.
Okay. So in my own understanding, Self-awareness is basically about knowing your own potential. It's knowing what you can do and what you cannot do. So self-awareness is about yourself, and I say self is you yourself, and awareness is something that you need to know about. So when you talk about self-awareness, basically knowing about who you are, what you can do, and what you cannot do. So it's all about your what should I say in short? It's all about your potential, the part of you that can come out. So if you say self-awareness, it's all about knowing about yourself in short.
Yeah, that's right. That's what, because when we talk about self awareness, we talk about knowing your weaknesses and strength, and cultivating that positive energy. That thing that makes you happy. That thing that always there to charm you up, to at least brighten your day, brighten your moment. When we talk about self awareness, we talk about knowing your worth, knowing your boundaries. Many people, or many boys nowadays, or men nowadays, they don't really know who they are, because they always love their friends to always have some influence on them. I mean, in a negative way. But if you are aware of who you really are, trust me, I mean, things wouldn't easily move you, because you are aware of yourself and you embrace yourself of whatever things that you are going through, of whatever things that's happening in your life. So when we talk about self awareness, we talk about knowing your strength, knowing your weaknesses, knowing what you desires, or knowing what are the choices that you have before you. So we talk about self awareness. These are the things that we should be talking about. And trust me, self awareness doesn't come with limitation, because if you are aware of yourself, you always give yourself that positive thought. I mean, that positive energy that you need. You wouldn't give yourself that self limited beliefs that you always feel disenchanted of your own self, or everything that you do. You always like, I don't think this is good. I mean, people will judge me if I do this. So, I mean, you shouldn't do that if you want to discover who you really are. Because if you know who you are, if you discover who you really are, trust me, you will unleash your inner potential. And as you unleash your inner potential, I mean, brilliant thing will always happen to you. So it's important, as one of the factors to discover yourself. You have to embrace yourself. You have to be aware of what you are. So as we go, what are some disadvantages if you are not aware of yourself? Can you point out some disadvantages as we talk about self-awareness?
So so for self-awareness, some of the disadvantages I think that you fall off in is firstly, if you're not aware that you don't like to club. I'll basically put into the example. If you're not aware that you don't like the club, for each time you enter into a club, you always feel bored, you always feel
Right.
worried, you always feel that that place is not right for you. So that's some of the negative impact you're gonna receive from yourself if you're not aware of some of the things that you need to do and not to, or you have to do. So again, when I'm
Right.
talking about the things, some of the disadvantages again, you will see people most often is something about peer pressure. You know, it's not your habit of actually asking your friends for things. For each time you decide to ask your friend for this, for each time you decide, for something inner is speaking to you that don't do that, don't do that. Be satisfied with what you have. And at that moment, you will understand that that part of your inner body is telling you that this is not good for you. So that's some of the disadvantages. I see that if you're not aware of of some of the things that you should be aware of, trust me, you always go the wayward side.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I honestly agree with you, because if you are not, I mean, some disadvantage when we talk about self awareness, we talk about not knowing your boundaries. You always take things lightly. I mean, you wouldn't be so content with what you have. You always feel left alone and things like that. So it's always important that you be aware of your own self, so that you cannot be easily convinced, or, I mean, influenced to do negative things. So it's important to be aware of your own self before somebody else can know who you are. So one of the key factor to self-discovery is self-awareness. You have to know who you are, know your worth, know your strength, know your weaknesses. You have to know them I mean, it should be up at the back of your head. And also, you have to embrace them because as you embrace them, positive things always come your way. You have to strive through higher hearts. You always do things that are right and acceptable. By knowing yourself, you will cultivate positive energy. So I mean, the key factor to self awareness or self discovery is self awareness. So let's come to the second one. When we talk about the second questions, right? When we talk about mindset shift or shifting minds or shifting your minds. So what do we talk about?
Yeah,
What do we mean by shifting mind mindset shift?
yeah. When I first saw these topics, I was overwhelmed about them because shifting your mindset is one of my favorite topics, or one of my favorite subtopics because I'm one of the person who always shifts my mindset, no matter what the circumstances, no matter how the circumstances may be, no matter how tough life may be, I always shift my mindset. So basically, shifting your mindset is reframing, rethinking, restructuring your mind about what you want to do and how you want for this particular thing to be. So I always tell you
Right.
that prepare things are for prepare people, and those who fail to prepare are prepared to fail. Basically, you went to bed very broke, and you get up, you went to bed broke, but the mindset is I'm going to complete another day being broke. So if you don't have that positive mindset, you don't have that positive vibe to say, okay, if tomorrow reaches, I'm going to be rich. If tomorrow reaches, I'm going to get money. If tomorrow reaches, I'm going to put, like, I'm going to have something positive. It's the mindset. Whatsoever a man thinks, so is he. So basically,
Right.
if you wake up in the morning, the first thing you always think is being positive. So this whole part about is positive mindset. So the subtopic under this mindset shift is positive mindset. So you can use that and
Right.
put it on the topic that you can say positive mindset because trust me, if and only if you don't have a positive mindset, you're not going to complete the day because you already wake up being, if I say that like I'm broke, I'm frustrated, I'm confused. It's happening most of the cases where some of us will lost our dad, lost our mom on that particular accident. And we'll be like, I want to take my life away. I want to give up my life. I want to like that's the time now you'll see life pushing you left and right because that's not all the life. The responsibility of your parents to bring you this life. After you have been brought forth to this life, is now your next responsibility to make yourself successful on that. So that positive mindset will come from in when you have a circumstances when you coming out of a community around 2 to 3 in the morning and your tire punch up. What's that mindset you're gonna keep up with? Are you gonna think of, oh God, gonna steal my car tire? Oh God, gonna steal my car? No. That positive mindset is I'm going to create an avenue for this tire to get fixed that I will reach you no matter of the time. So basically, I thought this topic is very personal and very important to do a research on it because that's something I really take personal every day. My mindset is always fixed and I always make my mindset very fixed in the daily activities.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Because when we talk about shifting mind, then we talk about unleashing your inner potential. Because as soon as your mindset shift, you become that open-minded person. You wouldn't live or wouldn't you wouldn't live to see yourself thinking one way. You always open your mind to diverse areas of life or to other people' point of view, which is always important. As we know, Ward says mindset shifts are like the secret weapon that can truly transform your life. And truly, that's right. Because if you shift your mind, you you always believe that you are going the right path because mindset shifts brings about that abilities and that intelligence, to always give yourself that wonderful moment that you need. So it is important that we shift our mind to give other people thinking, other people voice at the very good beginning or at a very good point that we are. So it is important that we shift our mind because it helps us grow physically, spiritually, and mentally. Because if you shift your mindset, you become willing to do things. You become willing to take risks that will benefit you in the future. So it is important that we have a shifted mindset, because it is important, because it bring about self-discovery, it bring about self-growth. If you want to grow up your own self, grow up your own brand, because ourself is our own brand. If you want to grow your own brand, you have to shift your thinking. If you are thinking this way, like 1 plus 1 is 2, then maybe you should add something like 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. I mean, you should always shift your mindset to new things. Always learn new things. By shifting your mindset, you'll be able to learn new things. You'll be able to cultivate that innovative mind, that mind that always makes you learn new things, that always be waiting for you to take risks. So it is also important, as you rightfully said, to cultivate that positive mindset. As a Liberian, as African, we need to shift our thinking. We need to give ourselves that reasonable doubt, not to always think one way. Because if we think one way, there's our limitation. Because you always have the mindset that whatever you say is the way forward, which is not truth. The best way to grow or to shift your mind or to be your own self or to be successful is to give other people that space, at least to make a contribution in your life, because whatever you say or do may not be just right at that moment. So maybe you can learn from them. You can learn from what they say or what they do. So it's important to shift your mind or give people thoughts, to always be there to guide you. So it's important to shift your mind and to learn new things. So you're truly right. So I mean, what are some advantages when we talk about shifting mind? Can you tell me what are the advantages that comes along when we talk about shifting minds?
So when we talk about shaping mind, some of the advantages that we have on shaping mind, it makes you think more of yourself. It makes you think bigger of yourself. It makes you think positive of yourself. Sometimes you have that low self-esteem. So shifting mind comes from low self-esteem. So low self-esteem is basically about you always feel somehow like you cannot do this, you're not supposed to be to this place, you are not qualified to be to this place is not for me, I'm not deserve to be at this place. So if you shift your mindset, if you have a positive mindset, you will sit with kings and queens. So it's not basically about
Right.
going in England and sit with kings and queens. You will sit with people not more of your class, not equal to your class, but you sit with people at the class that you think that you shouldn't sit there. So let's say in our present day setting, if you have a positive mindset and like what we are doing, President, we are involved into a talk show, we are involved into online broadcasting. Somebody might see it being productive and say, okay, I love you guys talk show. I'll be invited on one of the biggest talk show on CNN or probably BBC. It could be that. So at the end of the day, it's that positive mindset that you grow up with that will make you to sit on the stage of BBC, that will make you to sit on the stage of CNN. So it's the mindset that you grow up with that will make you to become the kind of person you want to become. So the most positive advantage is grow your mindset positively. No doubt about that.
Sure, that's right. That's right. Because for me, I believe when we talk about shifting mind, they one of the advantages that come along, as you rightfully say, is getting involved with innovative people, learning new things. Because I mean, as soon as you get to know new things and know new people, not just new people, but people that will transform your life, people that brings about changes to your life, people that wouldn't bring you to that stage of not knowing who you are, not knowing your boundaries. So always be identified with uplifting people, supportive people, people that engage in innovative things. So don't be that person who always want to have that want thinking. So you know, as you discover yourself, it is good to cultivate yourself or be around people with, that vast understanding. Professional people, they will help mold your mind into what you want it to be. So that I believe that, that's one of the advantages when we talk about shifting mind, because it helps you grow stronger in your personal relationship with professional people, people that that are supportive to you, people that uplift you. So that's one of the advantages I think. So to the third question, because this is a whole long topic because as I referenced we have I think 6 questions that and in line to self discovery. So was the let's talk about the third what's the third
It's
question?
goal setting theory.
Right. Let's talk about the third question. I just lost it. Let's talk about goal setting. What factor or what way does goal setting plays in discovery your self discovery? What does goal setting plays in it? Can you talk about it a little bit?
Oh, so basically, I'm not trying to discuss more about myself on this platform, but it's all about something I want to say that how I started and how I came to be today. So, goal setting theories are is usually in the form like if you have a plan, right? If you have a plan, normally the plan come up in the head before it come to action. So if you
Right.
have a plan, it's preferable that you write it down. So it's like you see yourself in the community, you're a sharp person, or you see yourself in the community, you're someone who like to play football. You see yourself in the community, someone for each time you go among people, you always settle in issues and things. So you look at that part of your life and settle your goal with that. So if you see yourself as somebody who always settle dispute, you say either I become an advocate or I become a lawyer. So you write that down because most certain theory is not more about you just keep it in your head because trust me, the head is stuck in part with a lot of things that you cannot obtain in a daily basis.
Right.
You wake up, you will say, let me get up in the morning, I clean my slippers and I press my clothes. You will get up in the morning all of a sudden, you will not even wash your face. You will not even clean the thing that you thought of cleaning last night, or rather way you will jump off your bed and start doing another thing. So for me, what I usually do before going to bed, I write down my to-do list for what I'm supposed to do the next day, and I do it.
That's
So
right.
let's go back to the topic. So for goal setting theory, I started my laundry the past 1 year. Okay, the past 2 years, right? So when I was in Ghana, I went to a laundry and I saw this laundry. It was moving fun. I was like, I have passion. What are you really good at, right? So I said, what am I really good at? I look at it, I was doing computer at the time. I'm not going to do computer. Yeah, I look at my country section. Computer is not that advanced as compared to Western country. I look at it again, I was like, should I involve myself into entertainment? I came back to the entertainment side. It run, but again, everybody went on a separate way. That doesn't mean it's failed, but because everybody
Right.
didn't see themselves as a musician, they didn't see themselves as an entertainer, so they decided to have a space away. So again, I had another plan, which was in 2021, right? So when I wrote that down, right after White Night, I wrote that down in my diary. I said I'm going to open a laundry. So after I came down with that plan, I wrote it down, and I started working towards it. It was January 2021. February I found a place, and it ended July or September when I started that. So July will be beginning, hopefully 2 years within the business plan. So in short, what I'm trying to say, goal setting is all about making a plan. You have to see what you are actually good with, what you are good at, because you cannot come up with a goal setting and you're not good at public speaking and you're not good at washing, you're not good at dancing, and you say my goal is to be or my goal is to become or the best dancer in the world or my plan is to become the best musician in the world. No, you should have something that you are good at. After you have received something you are good at, then you can make it as a plan in life, you can make it as your goal and work towards that. Because trust me, goal is something it's all about a career. So
Right.
if you say that you want to do law as your career, you have to study it at your fingertips, you have to practice it, you have to read every day. So you cannot be having a goal or set plan as your goal, say you are now working towards it. You have to get something that you are frequently doing, that you are good at doing before you work towards that. So for goal setting is basically about making a play ahead of time. But don't forget to write it because writing it will make you to think about it for each time you wake up from bed. So basically, I say goal setting is all about keeping the play in mind and writing it down.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You are just right because I believe goal setting is about giving wings, to your dreams and turning them into reality. Because it is important, it's just about letting that goal or that inner self out to the world. Because whatever you imagine in your mind, you are trying to display it because you imagine yourself to be a great singer, but it left with the mind now to put it into action, or you a level of the body right now to put it into action because the mind have already played her part. Like, oh, I want to become the best singer. But what can you do? What position are you in? Are you willing to take risks to become the best singer? Are you willing to do things to always practice that singing that you want to do? Are you willing to do those things? So I mean, it is just about you, stepping out of your own comfort zones and becoming what you want to become. Because it is important. Because if you continue to sit at your own comfort zones, there's so much to experience in the world. You cannot sit at home and say, I want to explore all over the world. It's not possible. You have to get up and move, explore new things, learn new skills. So it is important as you set your goals, don't stick to one thing. Always learn new things. Give yourself that abilities, that atmosphere to learn new things because it brings about self development. Because learning new things is never old. Somebody say if you learn new things, you wouldn't master one. That's a lie. As you learn new things, the it's the biggest opportunity that you can give yourself because you're expanding yourself in all areas of life, all works of life. You are expanding yourself. So it's important as we set our goals, it is important to know these things. When we set goals, you- if you are setting goals, you are essentially creating a roadmap for yourself. What do we mean by essentially creating a roadmap? You are setting that path for yourself to quickly or directly walk through it because you have already made, more that plan or planned that well in your mind. Like on this day, 2023, I've made up my mind that I will never do this or I will never do so and so. These are the kind of things that you should be talking or be thinking about. Because as we are entering 2024, many people have started making their own resolution. But trust me, right after the first and second month, many people
Yeah,
forget what
resolution.
they have
That's
been
what I think
or
people
what
get
they have
into
written
resolution.
down for their own resolution. These are the kind of things that we talk about goal setting. Goal setting is about sticking to what you want to do, what you want to become. Who are you? Because you have to embrace yourself before your goal can be made up. Embrace yourself, embrace your personality, embrace whatever you do. Because as you embrace them, you always have that charm to do more. You always be willing to learn new things, to take risks. So, goal setting is important because everybody on this earth should have a purpose of living. If you don't have a purpose of living, then who are you? Are you a human or, who are you? Because goal is just like a purpose of living, a purpose of you being that person called Moses, a purpose of you being that person called Andy. What's your purpose? What's your goal? Is your goal to go to school? If that's a goal, you should go to school and learn more. If that's a goal to play football to the best of your abilities, learn new things, always practice. So it is important to always keep our head up and be willing to learn new things. So to the next topic, do you have anything else to say about this question about goal setting or goal setting theory? Are you there?
Goal setting theory. So, like you said earlier, is resolution. So, goal setting is also like a resolution. We made a resolution for each time in the year. Like as this year begins, that even our pastor can tell to do it, to write down a resolution. I will build my house, I will marry, I will start my business. Again, I want to tell you that if you made a resolution and you don't complete that resolution within that year, don't take yourself to be failure. No, don't take yourself to be a failure. What will make you to become a failure if you don't complete that resolution? It's no matter how many
Right.
years. It will be in 2023. You said I'm going to buy a car, and you wrote that down, and you didn't buy a car in that 2023. You can still continue with that plan in the 2024. It will be in 2023. You say, I want to start a business, and in that 2023, you don't start a business, and it cannot stop because resolution is basically about pushing yourself into what you want to do. It's basically about pushing yourself into what you want to do. So if you make a resolution, like some people made a resolution like last year, I want to power lane, I want to go for a vacation, I want to get a car. And all of a sudden, some people only receive a car and buy lane, some people they didn't travel. So if you have three things in your resolution and you obtain two, you think you're a failure? No. If you have three things
No.
in your resolution and you obtain one, you think you're a failure? No. It's just that the time span I was giving to you was very short. So do not take yourself to be a failure for each time you make a resolution. That's the same about goal. Just that if you have a time spent on your goal, say in 2 years, I will establish this business. In that 2 years, you should establish that business. If you don't establish that business, you can recreate a plan and work towards that. But if you stop your plan and go to another plan, that's the time it becomes a failure. So basically, that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, you're right. All playing all goals you have a time bomb. That's another key factor. You always learn to attach time to whatever you're doing because it's important to keep track because that brings about reflection. As you reflect on wherever you are past through, whatever you've gone through, you become more motivated to do new things. So always keep time or keep track of what you're doing and reflect on them. That's bring about goal. Because trust me, right? If today you overcome this thing, though I mean we're actually going there, but I don't want to talk about because that's another question all by itself. But let's say today you are having this problem and you were able to solve it, and tomorrow you meet another problem. Hopefully you wasn't able to solve it. So a level of you as an individual to go back on that first problem that you solved. How what is the means or the action that you put into that place that you overcome that first problem. I hope I'm making sense. So you have to go there, you have to understand the problem because at first the reason why you solved that first problem because you understood the problem. You know the root of that problem. So you have to reflect on whatever you go through, whether it is problem, whether it brings up a happiness. As you set your goal, as you achieve your goal, you should always set time to it, make it time bound, and reflect on them. You should always make all of your goals that you set relevant. You should make it achievable. These are the things that you should do when we talk about goal setting. So yeah, as we end there for goal setting, let's talk about the next one: embracing authenticity. I mean, what do we mean by authenticity? And adding a word before it, embracing it. So when we talk about authenticity, I mean, people will say it's just about you being truthful or real to yourself. But let me hear your own part. What do we mean by embracing authenticity?
So basically, embracing authenticity. Sorry, pronunciation weird.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Authenticity mean yeah, it mean being truthful to yourself because you have to tell yourself say that I made a mistake yesterday. I wronged myself yesterday. I wronged myself in the past years. I wronged this person in the past weeks. So you have to embrace it. If you can accept your wrongdoing as a person, that's what makes you a person. So for each time I'm arguing with somebody, I say that you have to unlearn before you relearn.
Oh,
Ensure that
that's
if you
right.
cannot unlearn, you will not relearn. Because if you have that face, man, that America is up and Liberia is down, trust me, you're not laying anything. Because you got to accept that America is on the same surface as Liberia is. So when I was small, I used to believe that America is up because the plane can usually go up and Labrador is down. So later when I get in
Okay.
the higher class, I understand that the truth is that America is on the same surface as Liberia is. Just that you have to cross certain height to reach to America, like pass the Atlantic Ocean and pass over other countries. But creating that authenticity is that you have to accept the truth, the very truth, because you cannot keep going with the false thought in your mind. You cannot keep moving around with that false thought. So when you embrace it, you unlearn, then you relearn, then you become the kind of person that you want to become. For you and a person to have an argument to say, oh, you wrong, you did. Like, any that man, any that woman, when they know, you have to sit and tell yourself that Ellie is a woman, Ellie is not a man. You have to sit and tell yourself that she's a lady. Like, if you accept the truth, that's the only way you're gonna move forward. Because if you keep walking around with the false thought in your mind, then at the end of the day, you are not going to go anywhere because you cannot accept the truth, then the lie will always be a part. The lie will always be part of you, though. So I'm always telling anybody that is around me that you have to unlearn before you relearn. If you cannot unlearn, you will not relearn because the mind is like a gallon. For each time you put out this particular gallon, if you don't empty the water for either in the next 30 years, that water will still be there. But if you empty the
That's right.
water and you pour fresh water in it, you will see the gallon will be clean or the water will be clean because you have refilled it for fresher water. So if you cannot make your mind clean, if you cannot make your brain clean, if you cannot make your thought clean, then you are not embracing the truth. You're always living with the false thought until you can die. You can die until. So it's always good to embrace the truth. Always good to express yourself, accept the truth, and make people to understand that what they said was right. It can also make them understand that what you said was wrong. That's a symbol of philosophy for life there. Accept the truth and express yourself. Accept the truth and express yourself. Say, okay, bro, you was right for what you said to me. And move on. Oh, bro, you was wrong for what you said. And you should be able to defend that and say that why the person was wrong. So basically, embracing the truthfulness of everything that is going to go on in life.
That's right. That's right. So for my own point, when we talk about embracing authenticity, we talk about we should try to discuss being that truthful person to yourself, accept accept you or respect you for who you are. Don't allow nobody change you who you are not. I mean, don't allow society expectation change you into becoming people or somebody that you wouldn't love to be. Take for example, many people nowadays say they're having some level of peer pressure to take drugs to get into addiction and things like that. What? Are you really truthful? Are you real with yourself? Is this or is that the kind of lifestyle that you want to have? I mean, embrace authenticity is all about being truthful to yourself and willing to do things that are right. Not only about being truthful to yourself, but always be truthful to that person, that person within you that always say this is not right. Because as we embrace authenticity, as we be truthful to ourselves, we are willing to celebrate new things. We always be in that form and manner to do new things, to always, approve or bring certification to our environment, to our parents. Because if you embrace authenticity, if you be truthful to yourself, it is important because you are genuine to your own self. You are genuine to your own self, to every aspect of your life and to your family life. I mean, it bring about that genuine love, that genuine care, because you are truthful to yourself, and people are always waiting to do whatever you say because you are truthful to yourself and truthful to your own environment instead of embracing your own individuality, but you will celebrate your success. I mean, you wouldn't be that person like be so boastful, like you have it all, or you are like Ireland, and things like that. Because the Bible says, "Say no man's Ireland." So, what would you love to be that boastful person, like acting like you have arrived at that peak, at that point? I mean, we shouldn't be that person because if you are willing to discover yourself, it should be in a very truthful manner. You don't have to fake your identity to become somebody who you don't want to be. Because many of our friends nowadays, they are faking their identity. They are turning into somebody who society want them to be. I mean, it shouldn't be that way. You should always have that thoughts, that thinking, just about setting your goals, set what you want to do, what you want to become. For example, so many people, right? Just because society say you should be a musician for the year, somebody say, "Oh, you can sing, oh, quick, 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 quick." They go in studio, go record song. You see that? They don't know what they are into. They don't know their passion. Just because society say you can sing, you can dance, strictly you just go for that. I mean, that is not being truthful to yourself. So the soonest you be truthful to yourself, the better you realize that life is more greater ahead than listening to society expectation of you. So it's important to be truthful to yourself and be willing to take risks. Because if you are truthful to yourself, there are a lot of risks that are gonna come. Trust me, life is not like bread and butter. Anybody who's tell you that life is like bread and butter, that's a lie. There are struggles along the way, but it left with you as an individual to see that struggle as a stepping stone and be willing to overcome it. So I mean, this topic it just fills my heart with joy as we talk about it because I mean, as we talk about it, I just sensing that a lot of youth out there who seems to be lacking these informations, and I hope they are in the right state of mind, to listen and be able to change their thoughts and their own thinking or doings. It's important we youth, I mean, to discuss these kind of things. So let me hear your own closing as we discuss embracing authenticity. Would you like to add on something as we close over the fourth question, embracing authenticity?
Uh, in short, embrace truthfulness and be willing to accept the truth. Embrace truthfulness and be willing to accept the truth. Unlearn and relearn. If you don't unlearn, you will not relearn because the brain is left unguarded. No matter how big your head is, no matter how big your score is, definitely if you cannot, if there is a put new one there, new one will not come there. So you have to unlearn before you relearn. Embrace that truthfulness and move on in life. So that's not there.
So true. So true. So I know if you are just joining, we are discussing self-discovery and we have asked three, let's say four different questions that enable you to understand what do we mean by self-discovery. One of the questions, in which we asked was self-discovery. The second was shifting mind or mindset shift. The third was setting goals. And this one that we're currently on, but about to go to leave or move on, is embracing authenticity. These are the four questions we have asked. So quickly, let's come to the next question. And I mean, this next one is so cardinal. It's important. It says overcoming obstacles. Wow. So, I mean, before we talk about overcoming obstacles, let me ask you this question. What are some ways or strategy do you use to overcome obstacles? I mean, problems that come your way. What are some ways, some means do you use? This is a personal question.
So, yeah, thanks for that question. So, usually, how I overcome my own obstacles. So, for each time I say things is not getting right, when when I and my girlfriend have a misunderstanding, and I see the conversation is going intensify like very high in changing words, I walk out of that site at that moment. I take her stairs for 10 to 15 minutes. After I'm cool or she's cool, then I come back, I embrace her, and I say, hey, that walk over that passed already. Another way that I overcome another way I overcome obstacles, where I'll go on a campus without like expecting this particular temptation, like somebody wasting water on me, or probably I go and somebody put a iron on my car to bust my tire. You know, trust me, again, a lot of ways,
That's
lot
right.
of ways that hospitals find your way, lot of ways. Just a common example, like it was during the week last weekend, right? I had a car park around the history, right? The people put a ticket on the car. So I paid for the first ticket and I moved forward to Depot Street. It had another ticket on the car. And I said, like, seriously? So I'm going to be paying for a ticket all day. So I don't have problem with paying for that second ticket, right? But the person who placed the ticket there at that time don't have an identity, don't have a shite to identify with, nothing. So I said, I will not pay for this ticket until you can identify yourself. He took it for phone. Oh, you see the car more? Is it so you have some iron on the west sitting? So I was about to go and put the iron on my tire puncture. Right away, I took the iron from my car. I throw it in the water. Oh, you see, you start putting phone over here, dying no more. I said, brother, you suffer me. I said, even you call anybody I going to call right now at this point. I have all of your recording because the first thing I found a way that I'm going to overcome your obstacles before this begin in. Because you cannot be a person putting ticket on a car without an identity. Let's agree that
Right.
that ticket was a particular entity. So why would that entity refuse to identify you or to give you an identity? Why you as a person don't have a t-shirt or something to identify yourself? And you are just walking randomly and putting ticket on people's car. So why me as an individual are just walking around and putting ticket on people's car? But it not be the same scenario. I told you as an individual just like myself. So trust me, I will change my tire and I will drive to go home. Your ticket is $30 and my tire was 20 to $25. I'll overcome that obstacles and I drive to go home. That's how everything is. So for each time I see when I see these obstacles, I always try to walk out on that people's side that I will not overreact because I have a very quick reaction for that. If I do it, then I regret. So I don't want to regret at that end. So I always walk out. So that's how the easiest way that I think a person can overcome an obstacle. Always walk out.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it is important as you understand, go whatever you go through. The best way is to understand that problem, and as soon as you understand that problem, you'll be able, at least to resolve it. So it is important to know that. Yeah. So I believe, from my own point, I believe overcoming obstacles is just like climbing a mountain. Yeah, because you have to you get that determination, that resilient spirit, and that willing to not give up energy. Because you always have that mindset that obstacles will always come away, no matter who am I, no matter where I go, no matter my age, my level. There is an obstacles always there at a particular point of your life. You know the thing about AAs, I mean, obstacles just be waiting for as soon as you cross another one, or as soon as you reach new level, people say as soon as you reaches new level, it's a new devil. It's just like that, right? As soon as the problem see you are, trying to make life more easier for yourself, there is another problem. So as soon as you realize that there are gonna be obstacles all the time, then you have to create room for that obstacles. For me, how do I overcome life obstacles? I believe my own way of doing so is just become whatever situation is, just become, just be yourself and be calm and understand that problem. What's the root of that problem? And
You have to understand the problem because if you don't
yeah,
understand the problem, you cannot solve the problem.
yeah, that's right. You have to understand the problem, know the root of that problem, and be calm. You know, I know at times some situation it doesn't require you to be calm, but I'm just the kind of person in whatever situation, whatever it may be, I just try to be calm, just calm myself up. Because as soon as you try to be uncalm, that's bring about some different attitude that you wouldn't love to see yourself in. So I believe one of the ways you can overcome your obstacles or any obstacles is by being calm to that situation. Be calm and know the root of that problem. For after you have been calm and know the root of that problem, then you can understand it in a very positive way. See the obstacles as a stepping stone that you'll be able to cross over to another level. Don't see it as a problem or something to break you down, something to lose your hope and things like that. Always see it as like this is the opportunity to this is the opportunity for me to overcome and to achieve something new. You should always say that in your mind. Like every obstacle comes with new experience and new opportunity. Nobody will say that an obstacles doesn't come with experience. No, you have to experience something. That's why people are yearning to always have some lively experience because as we have life experience, we learn new things. You get that experience. You have the opportunity to learn new things and become somebody greater than you were before. So, whatever obstacles that come, I always embrace obstacles because I know it's a natural phenomenon of life. So, be calm, understand the problem, and just act accordingly. Understand. These are the ways I feel overcoming obstacles can be because you have to be calm and understand the problem. Yeah. So, as we discuss overcoming obstacles, what are ways you think, or do you think that some Liberians or some youth nowadays in Liberia, they have that mindset to overcome any obstacles or obstacles?
Hmm. Like for what I was saying, sure. For my layman survey, I'm not been certificated to do survey, but for my own layman survey, I would tell you that most Liberians don't know how to overcome obstacles. Most especially in a crowded area, you will see that somebody will ride on a foot, or probably somebody will be driving, and a motorbike will just come and scrape their car right away. You'll see the camera. What the WTF? Why you spoil my car? So you know how much I spent to get my car? And they'll go as far as posting up, they'll go as far as hitting the mentions, they'll go as so even the rate they post on the ratio that I think they don't know how to overcome obstacles because for each time you see such a thing, I know people hitting your car is wrong, but again, how to sort of that obstacle or how to sort of that issue, that's the best thing as a human being. Like I went for a conference before called that solution oriented. So
Hmm.
I have the ratio for it here. So you have to be solution oriented. So if you have to see
Right.
such obstacles, you need to create a solution to solve that. So most Liberians, I will see that people will go on the beaches, they will start a riot, other people will come out, they see that. Imagine you and I will be having a misunderstanding. Two person who know you don't know that how this misunderstanding came about. They will come up and start retaliating to that, saying that, oh yeah, I'll ball, but at the end of the day, the case will go high. Solution oriented. You got to stop what is happening and make a better solution, because if you have to come up with crowd around helping other people, then you are not being seen in our country. I see a lot of people really don't know how to overcome it. A lot of I've traveled for experience, right? I've seen that in other countries how other people will walk away out of situation
I
that when
strongly
you
agree with
literally
you.
say in America, when you see people going through certain things, you see people hustling, people passing by their business. I'm not saying that it's obstacles specifically to that person, but it's all about money, your business. It's not about your horse money, but it's about another stuff happening to you and the person mind their business. In Liberia, we don't mind our business. So for that, you always see us finding ourselves in the trouble, in the problem, and for that for that reason, you see that most time we find ourselves in the most difficult obstacles because if you see someone stole and beating that person, at the end of the day, you find yourself in that gathering when the police come and catch everybody. What will be your own statement made? Well, your statement will be one of the funniest statement made that I was passing. So instead of practice to do say I was passing, you say like that, me, or that go to the next man. So most Liberians, I think we don't know how to overcome obstacles personally except we have a glow mindset, open mindset, how to overcome obstacles. So I feel these social that usually that people have online or online other platform, I see it being necessary because you know, after the war, most of the people went out for studies, and the few people that came back here, they only come back here to say, okay, I want to do job, I want to make money, I want to do this, I want to make money. But again, small educative program is important. How to make
Right.
the person find their goal, know your brain, know what is important, know what you can do and what you cannot do, how to overcome obstacles. Like some of these topics, it will find a whole seminar for it. Because if you can empower one person, there's one person will empower the next person, and there's other person will empower the next person. So if you have to have some of these seminar, some of these talk show, you will understand that Liberian mind will change. One of our biggest problems is our mindset.
That's
Then we can
right.
have
That's
a
right.
better mindset. We can have a better solution. So
Oh, I think it's internet. Internet, please don't do this. Internet, please don't do this. We hope to have him back. So if you're watching, please share the live. Please share the live. If you are watching, please share the live. Please share the live. As you know, the topic is self-discovery. The topic for tonight is self-discovery. And we have discussed at least five items. The first was self-awareness. The second was, let me be exact. Okay. The first was self-awareness. The second was mindset shift. The third one was mindset shift. The third one was setting goals. The fourth one was embracing authenticity. And this is the fifth one, overcoming obstacles. So if you are just joining, just share the live, please. Just share the live. Okay, I think we lost our co-host for tonight. So quickly, let's come to the last topic. Okay, I think he's back.
hello.
Hi,
Hello?
hi.
Okay, sorry, I had a problem with my internet. So, sort of.
So yeah, I mean, these are all important points that we need to know as we overcome obstacles because you need to know what are some plans or what are some things that you need to know when it comes to overcoming obstacles because so many people around the world they're having some level of deficiency when it comes to resolving problem or conflict resolution. I think that's a set different code by itself because people should learn how to resolve things. I think there's many people weakness. Maybe at times that become a weakness if I'm so lenient, like on what is happening or what is happening on ground. So like I just decided to just play like I don't care or that kind of mood. So yeah, but we actually need to create like an atmosphere, that safe environment to teach people how to overcome obstacles because we should know that there are always going to be obstacles, always. So you have to embrace whatever obstacles you have and learn from it because overcoming these obstacles, sometimes you may fail and you may learn from what you have failed on solving that first problem. You can learn from your mistakes. People say you don't learn from your mistakes. You made mistakes because you do or something, but you do learn from your mistakes. That's tend to be corrected. People learn from their mistakes. A great Bill Gates today. Do you know his background? Do you know from childhood? Do you know? Do you think that he just become one day and just become rich? No, I think he tried. He suffered along the way. He strived towards success. He strived. So I mean, that's the thing that we should do. Never give up. Put up that never give up attitude. Be resilient. Be determined. And wear that atmosphere, wear that mood. Like I'm not giving up. I'm always the victor. So yeah, but Jesse, let me hear your own closing when we talk about overcoming. Oh, okay, I think you have given your closing when it comes to overcoming obstacles. But that comes to the last topic for tonight. And as you know, the last topic is personal development and strategies. Wow, personal development and strategies. Wow. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What do we mean by personal development and strategies? Like, what are some ways that you can, or what are some things that you can do to improve your life? And what are the way that you can do it? Let's talk about that.
Okay, thank you again for this topic of discussion. For each time I have this opportunity to be on this platform, I feel overjoyed. I feel like it's an opportunity given to me to actually work on my public speaking and also to educate people who don't know such, and even to educate those who already know and want to add up their knowledge, and to also add up to people who know and would like to know more. So I always see this platform as an opportunity for me. So for the personal development strategy, the first mentor that I place down, or the first mentor that I see that you should use as a person, is a physical, mental, and emotional. So physical have to do with your body structure, it have to do with your health, it have to do with your strengthening. So if you're not healthy, if you're not strong, if you're not okay in the body, if you're not like if your physical morphology, like Bourdieu will say, the physical
That's
morphology
right. Yeah.
is not up to date, the
Hmm.
personal development will not work out. You
So
cannot get
true.
a sick man in the hospital and tell you, say, okay, my plan. Look, the first plan of him is to get better. So
Mhm.
we as a healthy person that is moving well, our mental, our physical, our personal development goal it should be like the first and foremost thing is our physical structure. So first day on the list, when you wake up in the morning, you take exercise. You wake up, you always find something to do as a normal routine. Exercise,
Right.
jog, sit up, or whatsoever you think that will be necessary for you. And the next one, other discussion is your mental health. So
Mhm.
when we let the physical health, we came to the mental health. Because if the body cannot respond to the brain, the brain will not respond to the body. These
No
things
way.
work like intertwined. So the
Mhm.
mindset, the mental health that tell the body say, take this push up, take this sit up, take this back up, take these things. So if the mindset cannot tell you to do this, if the mind cannot reflect to the body, definitely the body will not do that. Then we come back to the spiritual
That's right. No way.
the spiritual development. So we left the physical, we left the mental, we came to the spiritual. So I'm not trying to be more relational development. It's all about the mindset. Always have that on play for each time you are taking this. Always have a reference that say, okay, I have a God, I have Allah, I have this or whatsoever that I pray to. But if you have these three things in line, your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health is intact, definitely your personal development goals will be set up.
That's right.
Because the first thing is to have a good body structure or a healthy body status. It's not you can be dry, be successful, you can be fat
All
and be
right.
successful, you can be whatsoever body and be successful. So if the body is set up, you come down to the mind. The mind cannot transform what you want to do and who you want to become. So if the
That's right.
mind don't transform who you want to become and what you want to do, it's not going to happen. And after you have done all of that, you have to get someone as your reference. So most time when you read a letter or CV, it say you should give reference or whatsoever it might be on TV. So now your reference will be your God, your reference will be Allah, your reference will be whatsoever you ask for strength, whatsoever you pray to. So for your personal development goal, personal development strategy, I took your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. If you have all of these three things intact, you as a person will not sleep. Somebody will say, so why if I can't go to church or why if I don't go to the mosque, will I not still be successful? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go to that side. I'm going to tell you that you cannot go to church. Somebody want to take that as a debate and say that me not going to church, or the person not going to church, the person cannot be successful. If the person don't go to church to the mosque, the person will not be successful. I will not go through that argument. But for my own point of view, is look, the church is just the gathering, the mosque is the gathering. If the mindset in the heart that you get towards your fellow friends, that's why we give you the success that you have. If you as a person you have 30 million and you save 30 million person life, don't you think these 30 million people have prayed for you? Obviously, these 30 million people have prayed for you. Even if 30 million people don't pray for you, 48 million people pray for you, you still have 28 million blessings. So your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual well-being, these things need to be intact as a person. No matter your heart, no matter your size, these three things have to be intact. Your personal health, your mental health, and your spiritual bargaining. You have to have all
Yeah.
three. Yeah,
That's
that
that.
is
You
just
know, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. From my own stand, when we talk about personal development, I believe you are pretty. You know, you are just on track. Everything that you say are all good and all accurate. But just I would love to say, when we talk about self development, we talk about knowing your boundaries as an individual. and knowing your stance, knowing what to do and what not to do, and when to do this. You should always be time bound because as an individual, you should know like when to do this thing. Because you wouldn't just get up one money, like on Sunday money, and say I want to play football. You know what I mean? You think that on Sunday morning is the rightful time to go and play football, not knowing that Sunday morning it's time to go to church. I hope you get to me. So I mean, you should know which time to do this thing and when not to do it. So it's about knowing yourself, have self respect, have that self love for yourself. Because the Bible says the greatest love of all is self love. So you should love yourself. Loving yourself brings about personal development because as you love yourself, that's when you'll be able to give or show love to everybody that comes across you. So love yourself because as soon as you love yourself, there's a strong possibility. Research has shown that there's a strong possibility that as you love yourself, you're gonna love every other person that comes across you. To love yourself, loving yourself brings about self development. Love yourself and cherish whatever moment you are having with your own self. Have some personal time with yourself is bring about self personal development. Have that quiet time that you need. Take time to learn new things, learn new skills, and associate yourself with supportive and innovative people that are willing to bring changes and transformation to your life, and always be willing to take risks. Always be willing to step out of your comfort zones because as you sit in your comfort zones, so many things outside is going. People are achieving things while you are sitting at your own comfort zones. People outside, they are fighting and battling life. They are becoming the best of what they do. They are becoming the world best. They are becoming the best in their class. They are becoming the best engineer, the best doctors, best football player. But yet still you're still sitting in your own comfort zones and not doing anything. So I want you that's watching right now to step out of your comfort zones. And you may ask, where is my comfort zones? Your comfort zone is where you sit and feel complacent in what you do. And then the thing about life, you shouldn't sit somewhere for more than 100 days or more than even 20 days and feel that this is where I'm supposed to be. I mean, I'm stuck here. What will you think that of yourself? Like, say, I'm stuck here. That shouldn't come across your memories or your mind. Always think that you can go beyond your expectations because going beyond your expectation brings about self-development, self-love, self-respect. So as we go into personal development, it's important, it's very cardinal crucial to discuss about self-love, respect boundaries, and most importantly, we talk about spiritual love because you have to love God and you should do those things that are right and acceptable in His sight. Then you can be able or you can reach where you want to reach. Then you will have to reach your own destiny because He is the Father that destined everyone to their own destination. After you should love God to the fullest. He's the reason why you are living. He's the reason why you are going through whatever you are going through, whether the bad one, the good one, the medium one, the high one, whatever things you're going through. He's the reason. He's the key. He's Jehovah. I mean, give him that respect that you need, but also always have self love because it brings about self development, cherish yourself, whatever moments that you have, and to remind you overcoming overcoming obstacles is like personal development because as you overcome obstacles you reflect on them and you learn from them. So I can say embrace obstacles. That's one of the means to personal development, embrace obstacles. So yeah, I'll close by saying that. So I know we have gone, like we have 10 minutes to go. So maybe as we close, you guys give a parting statement, then we can call it a night. So in respect to the topic, and let me hear your own parting statement as we end, taking into consideration the six topics that we discussed on the key topic, self-discovery.
Um, okay. Thank you. Thanks once again for the opportunity. Andy K. Roberts, you've been my long time friend. We've been rolling and rocking, and thanks for this platform. Thanks for enlightening people. Thanks for educating people. Thanks for reaching out to people who is in need or who are in need. So I appreciate your friendship. These are the friendship that I think that every librarian will need and every individual will need, because if you have a friendship that will build you and not break you, definitely you're gonna become the person that you want to become, no matter how long, how far, or how hard, I would say. So again, I'm co-host Jesse Evan Jones. Topic of the discussion was self-discovery. So we had a series of topics. Subtopic was self-awareness, mindset shaping, goal, embracing truthfulness, overcoming obstacles, personal development strategy. So to do a quick run over it, self-awareness is like being aware of what you can do and what you cannot do. So that's basically about self-awareness. You should be aware about your weakness and your strength. Because if you are aware of your weakness and your strength, that's the kind of thing you're gonna work on to know the kind of person you are and to move forward in life. So when we talk about mindset shifting, I thought mindset shifting to be personal because it's one thing that I live with, and I'm gonna live with it forever, and I'm going to educate people how to live with it. Because it's the mind that gonna move the body. Normally, if you see a person walking on the street and talking by themselves, it's not just the mob, it's the mind. You know why? Because the body have been frustrated. The soul have been frustrated. Now the mind is saying you cannot make it. You cannot do this. It's hard. You have children's school fees, you have transportation, you have rentage, and the mind will be saying that you cannot make it. So I will tell you that mindset is one of my important topics in this conversation tonight. Always have a positive mindset. Always have a positive mindset. For goal setting, it is in a similarity with resolution. Goal setting is basically about time frame planning. What you want to do at this particular point in time, how you want to do it, and where you want to do it. So the where is that most important for how you want to do and what you want to do. So what you want to do and who you want to become. So I want to do, or I want to become a lawyer, and how I want to do it. I cannot be a lawyer and I be lazy. Being a lawyer means you gotta read every day. Means you have to do research every day. You have to be updated to the constitution. You have to be updated with the penal law. You have to be updated with the procedure code, and every other thing have to be updated with that. So definitely, if you want to become a lawyer, you're gonna be updated to every necessary thing within the article and within the constitution. So I'm just saying that in short because I want to become a lawyer, right? So I'm using that as my own scenario. So for you who want to become a doctor, for you who want to become a business personnel, for you who want to become an activist, for you who want to become whatsoever you want to become, pastor, I will not name all here tonight, but for whatsoever you want to become, that should be a goal that you should set up and you should work towards it. Because it's something that will reflect to you the past and the present. So for what you see somebody say, they get a secretary or financial secretary. Then another person will say, damn, this girl I use those skill. You'll be like, I cannot steal them, but still you cannot steal them, but you cannot erase that person mindset because the fact that you had a stealing background, you still remain a stealer or rogue. I mean, once on road, always on road. That's our common saying. So for father, if you want to become a financial secretary, your own path, your own path have to be very straight up, being financially taking that record for this most. Let me tell you how people can beat it. These small organizations you can find yourself in, these small positions that you can hold, don't take it for a joke. Because if a gay yes their position to be a secretary, a financial secretary or secretary, they will not go for the meeting. You get me right. Then they put you on that bigger stage. You as a secretary for the country or you as a secretary to the minister of state. The person will be like, now pour over there, they can get ready, they can get ready meeting. So for what you want to become in life, you always have to follow that path, you always have to follow that plan, you always have to work with that goals and things gonna work out you fine. So that's again embracing the truthfulness. Always accept the truth, always accept things that will lead you, that will break you. So coming
Right.
down to the next one is overcoming obstacles. Overcoming obstacles is basically about knowing the type of obstacles that you find yourself in, knowing the place that you find yourself in with that kind of obstacles, and how to overcome them. Because for all of these obstacles cannot happen to a particular to a one spot. Obstacles get different spot that take place. Know the kind of obstacles, know where the obstacles are taking place, and know how to overcome it. That's the most important thing. You can have obstacles in the church, on the street. The location is varies, but
Right.
know how to overcome it. And the
How?
best way I think that I can overcome my own obstacles is to walk away from what is required. That's the way I overcome my obstacles. It will be prudent that you overcome your obstacles like that. Personal
That's
development
good.
goals is all about yourself. So personal development goals is about yourself. So it's the
Right.
step-to-step in life process. So I told them your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual well-being. So, like any stated earlier before we do a closing, he said that spiritual should come first, physical and mental. I take that into consideration because recognizing God first is should be one of your first and foremost things that you should always recognize God for every plan that you have, for every thought that you have, because after you have recognized that, that's the nice strategy or that's the best step to put whatsoever you want to become. You cannot have a plane without God in it. That plane never, they say never belongs to God, but that plane with that word. Because if you have a goal to become a doctor and you don't have God within that you're playing, trust me, that plane just gonna be a plane, but you'll never grow it because you gotta take the plane and put it in the soil for it to grow to reach to the sky. So ensure that you should always put God in everything that you have, and if you want for your plane to be successful, always have that positive mindset. Positive mindset is the
Wow.
first and foremost thing that you have as a human being. Solution oriented, positive change. Positive change will help you to become the kind of person you want to become. You can do that. That person that is there, man, you can do that. Nothing is too big that you cannot do. Believe in yourself and believe in yourself every day. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes you might give up. Then you will wake up at the morning and you see yourself. Your house is already on fire with your computer, your bank book, and everything. So you should go in that fire. No, you should be solution oriented and create another avenue to put yourself back to a stand. So we will see people get breaking up. We will see people picking up. Why must you commit a suicide when you have more life to live? Why?
Come on, it's never an
If
option.
you think your problem is work, sit down with people who have more worse problems and understand how their problem was solved. If you want to hear the secret in that time, say that they kill you sharp because when the many have drink that kill you, they will tell you say they kill you in love to all they get in the time. So as from here tonight, don't forget to follow Good Life Project. It's very productive, it's very educative. And trust me, for each time you come here to follow us live, you're gonna learn something. It's not everything, but you're gonna learn something. Unlearn to relearn. Prepare things that will prepare
That's
people. Those who fail to prepare are prepared to fail. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for following Good Life Project. We love you and we're going to keep loving you. And we hope that you're going to be a supportive follower and tell another person to follow Good Life Project.
wow. Thank you for that brilliant closing statement. So I would like to close by saying, good night, family. I hope you share the life. Stay focused, stay determined, and please, you have to discover who you really are. Because life, time, the year is about to end, and life keep going. People keep getting older. So please discover who you are, and I want to see you become that successful person that you want to be. So again, I'll say compliment of the season. I wish you Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous New Year. I pray that this new year comes with a lot of blessings, prosperities, and new energy plus happiness. So I mean, hope to see you on our next show because next year gonna be very tense. We are coming back with fire. We're coming back. I mean, that intense kind that what we're doing. So I hope to see you every now and then on the Good Luck Project. So let's call it a night. Good night and thank you for watching. Bye.